Victor's vendetta spirals out of control, putting his family at risk as Nikki draws a firm line. Kyle questions his future with Claire, while Lily faces a life-changing decision after shocking revelations. Loyalties are tested, danger looms, and Genoa City braces for explosive consequences in the weeks ahead. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Victor's obsession threatens his family as Kyle considers walking away. Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless delivered emotional confrontations, uneasy reflections, and choices that could permanently reshape several relationships in Genoa City. As Victor Newman's long-running vendetta against Jack Abbott intensifies, the fallout begins hitting close to home, forcing Nikki, Claire, and even Kyle to question where their loyalties truly lie. At the Newman Ranch, Victor tries to strike a lighter tone by asking Claire what she wants for Christmas. The moment, however, quickly turns serious when Claire points out that he seems far more focused on tearing down Jack Abbott than enjoying the holiday season. Victor brushes off her concern, reminding her that she and Kyle are no longer together, so Jack's fate shouldn't matter to her. He also makes it clear that he doesn't trust Holden, dismissing him as trouble. Claire assures her grandfather that Holden is not a serious romantic interest, but the larger issue remains unresolved. Claire presses Victor to explain why his hatred for Jack runs so deep when others seem able to coexist with him. Victor lists years of betrayal, near-death experiences, and business warfare as justification for his actions. To him, the past is unforgivable and his mission is non-negotiable. He warns Claire to keep her distance from the Abbott family, or risk being hurt by the consequences of his war. Meanwhile, at Society, Nikki confides in Victoria about how far Victor's obsession has pushed her. She reveals that she recently threatened to leave the marriage if Victor refuses to stop targeting Jack. The admission shocks Victoria, who feels the situation escalated quickly. Nikki, however, is resolute. She believes Victor's hatred outweighs everything else, including his family, and admits she may have waited too long to finally draw a line. Victoria tries to remind her mother of Victor's devotion, but Nikki can no longer ignore the damage he causes. She believes the only way to reach him may be through consequences he can't control, losing her. Across town at the Abbott mansion, Jack finds Kyle wrapping Christmas gifts, including one meant for Claire. Kyle hesitates, unsure whether giving it to her would only complicate things. He admits that nothing seems to land right with Claire anymore, and he worries she'll ultimately side with Victor. Not long ago, they were making future plans together, but after Claire's recent experiences and changes, Kyle questions whether they're still on the same path. To Jack, it sounds like his son is already halfway out the door, and Kyle admits that a clean break might be best. Billy soon arrives with news that seems almost too good to be true. Phyllis is willing to strike a deal, but her only condition is that Marchetti be signed over to Summer. Jack and Kyle see this as a reasonable solution, but Billy remains wary. In his experience, Phyllis never makes a move without an ulterior motive, and trusting her could come at a steep cost. Before they can dig deeper, Jack receives a message from Nikki and leaves abruptly. Left alone, Billy and Kyle reflect on Jack's unwavering support over the years, even when they pushed him away. Billy shares a lesson his father once taught him, that only you can stand in the way of your own happiness. He feels clearer and more grounded than he has in years, crediting recent conflicts with helping him finally focus. He knows that kind of clarity will be essential for whatever battle lies ahead. Elsewhere, Victoria and Claire meet at Crimson Lights to compare notes about Victor and Nikki. Both hope he'll eventually reconsider his path. Victoria then gently shifts the conversation toward Claire's interest in Holden, expressing concern. Claire jokes that her mother sounds just like Victor, but admits she does have a weakness for rebellious types. Even so, Victoria urges her to stay cautious, especially with someone whose past remains unclear. Claire ultimately makes her stance clear: she cannot support Victor destroying people who don't deserve it. Family or not, she refuses to pretend it's acceptable, and questions why others continue to let it happen. Later, Nikki meets Jack at society and doesn't mince words. She tells him Victor has gone too far and reveals that she threatened to leave her marriage if he doesn't stop. Jack is stunned by her honesty. Nikki explains she's done watching Victor play judge and executioner with people's lives. Back at the ranch, Victor sits alone with a drink, haunted by memories of past betrayals, especially moments involving Nikki and Jack. As the weight of his choices settles in, it's clear that his war may cost him more than he ever anticipated. Today's next update. The Young and the Restless preview, a dangerous turning point for Victor, while Lily faces a defining choice. The next 3 weeks on The Young and the Restless promise escalating tension, emotional crossroads, and high-stakes decisions that could permanently alter relationships across Genoa City. From December 22 through January 9, long-time grudges resurface, secrets come to light, and one bold move could shift the balance of power. As the holiday season unfolds, Victor Newman finds himself under increasing pressure. Nikki Newman refuses to quietly accept his latest crusade and doubles down on her warning: if Victor doesn't step away from the controversial AI program, she's prepared to walk away from their marriage. This ultimatum weighs heavily, especially as Jack Abbott becomes aware of how far Nikki is willing to go. Though Jack is touched by her loyalty, he remains doubtful that anything, or anyone, can truly sway Victor's mindset. Still, the Christmas spirit may spark a slight change. A meaningful Christmas Eve episode nudges Victor toward reflection, reminding him of family, legacy, and what truly matters. While this doesn't magically resolve his conflicts with Nikki, both gain clarity that may shape their next steps. Holiday warmth spreads elsewhere in Genoa City as well. Jack and Diane share intimate, comforting moments that reinforce their bond, while Victoria Newman brings Johnny and Katie to Billy Abbott's place for festive decorating. However, the cozy atmosphere doesn't last long when Sally Spectra finds herself caught in an uncomfortable family dynamic. Victoria's extended stay with Billy adds tension, making Sally feel increasingly out of place. Across town, Nick, Sharon, and Noah reconnect over shared memories of Sienna Bacall, but their nostalgia is overshadowed by renewed conflict with Matt Clark, also known as Mitch Bacall. The family senses that another confrontation is inevitable, and old wounds threaten to reopen. Meanwhile, Lily Winters reaches a breaking point after witnessing Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers behaving far too intimately. The sight sends Lily reeling, forcing her to confront lingering doubts about Kane's loyalty. If Lily concludes that history is repeating itself, she may decide that some distance is the only solution. A temporary departure to visit her twins and clear her head seems likely, especially as Lily faces a deeply personal turning point. After a special holiday throwback episode on December 25, the drama resumes at full speed. Sally uncovers critical information that could shift the power dynamic and quickly brings Billy and Jack into the loop. At the same time, Adam Newman faces mounting pressure as Chelsea Lawson takes a firm stand regarding Newman Media. Her ultimatum leaves Adam scrambling to decide where his priorities truly lie. Michael Baldwin also finds himself wrestling with a moral dilemma. After confiding in Lauren Fenmore Baldwin about a risky situation, Michael must determine whether he's willing to betray Victor in order to stop the AI project from spiraling further out of control. Lauren's guidance proves crucial as Michael weighs loyalty against conscience. As the calendar turns to the week of December 29 through January 2, Nick steps into a leadership role, determined to shut down Matt once and for all. However, the danger escalates. Victor's greatest fear, his family being put at risk, edges closer to reality as Matt's revenge plot intensifies. Nikki may find herself in harm's way, and if she does, the crisis could force Victor to reassess everything, potentially bringing him and Nikki back together through shared trauma. Despite looming threats, Genoa City still makes room for New Year's celebrations. Champagne flows, smiles are forced, and moments of joy shine through, though unease simmers beneath the surface. Looking ahead to January 5th through 9, tensions reach a boiling point. The Matt storyline builds toward a dramatic climax, complete with explosive Newman confrontations. Nick remains relentless in his pursuit of justice, determined to end the threat once and for all. Romantically, Kyle Abbott grows discouraged about rekindling things with Claire Newman. Yet all hope may not be lost. A strategic plan targeting Audra Charles could unexpectedly draw Kyle and Claire closer, reigniting trust and unresolved feelings. Working together might remind them why they once believed in each other. With shifting alliances, emotional reckonings, and dangerous twists ahead, the next 3 weeks of The Young and the Restless promise a roller coaster of drama. Expect heartfelt moments, shocking decisions, and consequences that will ripple well into the new year. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.